If you're a builder who keeps losing jobs to someone cheaper, this video is for you. I'll show you the 6 things you can do right now to win more jobs without cutting your price by a single dollar. My name is Robert Chakir. I'm the co-founder of 2 agencies. We help people in the construction space create content, generate leads, and implement automations and AI into their company. We work with a builder who is focused on the residential space. They do mainly renovations. And I recently had a conversation with them where they dropped their profit margins significantly just to stay competitive. And they were still losing jobs to people who were doing it cheaper. Okay, they were throwing in all these extras. They were like, we'll do this and you know, we'll bring this to you in person and we're going to give you this for free and we're going to connect you with our suppliers and adding all this, what they perceived as value, and they were still losing to someone else who was either priced cheaper or priced the same. Their prospects would sit through the whole site visit, tell them that they loved the engagement and they were super happy with them, and then completely go missing and ghost them. What this does is it starts to play with your mind. It starts to make you think, what are you actually doing wrong? Or you start to blame the industry. Oh, it's the cost of supplies. Oh, it's the nature of the industry. Oh, no one wants to pay. Oh, everyone here doesn't want to spend money. Builders don't lose jobs because they're too expensive. They lose them because they haven't given the prospect a reason to pay more. People make decisions based on value. So if I'm a buyer and I need to make a decision and I have 2 people come to me and I don't quite understand what they do, but they both say the same stuff in their technical language and they're like, I do this and I do that. And then you think, I'm going to get the same outcome here. Me as a consumer, how do I get more for my money? The way I'm going to get more value is by paying less. They are going with a cheaper option. The reality is they didn't see any more value in what you were offering. Because if 2 builders look identical, the buyer will always choose the cheaper one. The fix isn't in dropping your price. It's making sure you never look identical. So I'm going to share with you in this video the ways that you can add value to what it is you actually do. So first thing, educate the client. Most buyers don't know what they don't know. They have no idea how much it costs to renovate a bathroom. No idea in the world. And I get it so often that people say, he came to me, he wanted the bathroom renovation for $10,000 and it's going to cost $50,000. And it's like, well, how was he supposed to know that? How long did it take you to know that? You live in this space. They don't. And then you're upset because they didn't know what you know? That makes no sense. Of course they're not going to know what you know. You're the professional. That's why they're going to pay you to do the job. But you need to show them you're the professional by educating the client, sharing with them the information that they didn't know. Explain to them why it costs more. Explain to them what $10,000 actually gets you. Explain to them why the prices have gone up. Show them other jobs that you've completed for certain costs. We all instantly jump to, he wants to spend $10,000. Nah. And it's like, he doesn't know any better. He might turn around and tell you his budget's $10,000 or $20,000 and works out that it's actually $50,000 and says, okay, cool, I'll pay $50,000. I didn't know. Have you ever had to pay more for something you weren't aware of? I'm sure you have. Most of your competitors won't do this. You need to take some time and educate the client. Tell them what they don't know. If you don't, they will think you're the same as someone else and they'll be like, cool, you said 50, he said 30. Me, smartest decision, I'm going to save $20,000. I'm going to go with the guy that said 30 because I'm going to get the same outcome. Right? You need to show them what corners get cut because you and I both know that someone charging 50 and someone charging 30, you're not delivering the exact same thing. But most people don't know that. Show them what corners get cut when people do things at a lower price before they actually go and find out the hard way. Number 2, anchor with a premium option, right? So you can present a premium tier first. There's this thing called price anchoring. I'm not going to dive deeply into it, but look it up. Okay. You can set the bar up here. And then when you bring it down and offer them something cheaper, it seems way more reasonable. If what you do is more premium, right? So if you find that constantly we are overpriced compared to anyone else, offer your super high ticket thing. So it's like, cool, you want to work with us. Our bathrooms are actually $120,000. And then people are like, whoa, that's ridiculous. This guy said 30. And then you're like, oh, okay, this is our premium. If you want to do our budget type, we can bring it down to roughly around 50. You anchor with a premium price option. Number 3, social proof and testimonials. I cannot stress this enough. Most people think they have, 2 written testimonials on their website, or I've got 2, videos, or I've got 10 Google reviews. And it's like, that is not enough, especially if you're getting your leads from an online source where people don't know you, where there's no trust, right? When you get a referral, it is the hottest type of lead you can get. They're coming from a trusted source. When a person finds you on Google, They don't trust Google that much. Anyone can advertise on Google, which means you need to do everything in your power to build as much trust as you can. You want testimonials, and then you want social proof, which is actually the proof of concept. We've done what you're asking us to do before. Here is proof. Here's a bathroom we renovated. Here's a home we extended. Here's a new build we did. Whatever it is, right? You need to show that you can do what they want, and you could need to show that other people have gone through that experience and have come out the other side happy. Remember, to you, this is just a job. To most people, this is their biggest investment they'll ever make in their whole life, okay? This is the most amount of money they will spend at any given time. You need to do everything in your power to build that level of trust. And if you have any slight hesitancy as to whether it's enough, it's probably not enough, and you should do more, okay? You need to have social proof, and you need to have testimonials. Number 4, build a comparison document. So show exactly what's included in your quote versus what a cheaper builder typically leaves out. This ties directly in with educating someone. So if you build a comparison document and you say, hey, we've accounted for this, 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 and this, and they don't really account for that, explain to them what variations are and say, hey, someone might come in later down the track and say, oh, we started off at 30, but you're probably going to end up at 50 because they're going to say, we haven't accounted for this, we haven't accounted for that, this came up, we weren't expecting this. We've accounted for all of that within our quote, right? You need to take some time and show exactly what's included in yours versus what may not be included in theirs. Make the difference super visible. Make it undeniable. Just to be clear as well, none of these things are like one thing you can do that's going to change the world, but all these things combined together are going to highly increase the likelihood they go with you. Number 5, walk them through your process. Okay, so most builders will hand over a number, and then I can't explain the amount of times people say we handed them the quote and never heard back. And it's like, how many times have you called them? And they're like, we haven't. Walk them through what actually happens, right? So from first call to handover, take them through the process, walk them through the numbers. A process builds trust that a price never can, okay? And your goal with everything you're doing is to build trust. You've been in a position where you've paid more for a particular thing at some point in your life, and there's a reason why you did that. You either wanted to work with the better company, or you wanted the better product, or you didn't trust the cheaper options, right? If you position yourself in a way that you build trust with these people over the people who are offering cheaper prices, this will help you win those jobs that you're currently losing. And then number 6, understand what matters to that person. Each person's different. For some people, it might be price. You might not convince them that anything is any different. They might think all the products are the same, and they're going to think all builders are doing the exact same job. And for that person specifically, it might be price. And that's okay. You can choose not to work with that person. But you need to understand what matters to them, because if you're offering all this value, saying that we give free this and free that and blah, 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 and they don't see any value in what you're offering, what's the point? Right? You're missing the mark. You need to ask what's important to them before you quote. Is it budget? Is it timeline? Is it quality? Is it communication? And then you can reiterate why you're good at that, right? If my concern is timeline, and you come and you talk to me about budget, and I'm going to save you money here and I'm going to save you money there, and I just look at you like, don't care about that. I'm trying to make sure that this gets done on time in good quality. You need to understand what the person cares about, because then I'll go with someone else who wasn't focused on budget, because that to me says that they're not going to cut corners and they're probably going to get it done on time, right? Focus on what is important to that person and speak directly to it. I'm telling you these things from experience, not as a builder, but as someone who works with builders, right? And I can't explain the amount of times we've got a whole process around this. That's how many times we've done it now. And the amount of times that we generate leads to someone and then they go through this whole process, the way we teach you to educate your clients, we educate our clients, right? And we sit there and we say, cool, go do this, go do that. This is where it might be. And we actually measure and we get the things right. Bonus tip, I mentioned it slightly before, but if you just change your follow-up process a little bit, most builders quote and disappear. Most builders, they're like, I sent them the quote, never heard back. And it's like, did you call them? Did you have a check-in? Did you book in a follow-up call? Did you book in a post-site visit? Even if you lose it, do you understand why you lost it? Can you get in touch with them and say, hey, like, what was it? Like, if you don't mind us asking, some people won't tell you the truth, and that's okay. But If you can get some of that feedback back, it's only going to be of benefit to you. If you've lowered your price and you keep losing jobs, I think you need to stop dropping your margin and start raising your perceived value. Okay. These 6 steps that I've shared with you don't cost you a cent. They just make it harder for a prospect to justify going cheaper. So someone who's going to see that is going to be like, okay, but these guys, they gave us a whole breakdown. They provided this, they provided that. And you got to make sure that whatever it is, as I mentioned in the step earlier, that it's important to that person, right? You want to have an arsenal of tools based on the main reasons people choose someone. And sometimes it's going to be quality, and sometimes it's going to be time, and sometimes it's going to be budget. But you want to be able to make sure that you tick the box for that person to increase the likelihood that you win the job. So if you found this valuable, I share more like this and about what we do in our agencies, in our school community. So it's called the CMO Playbook. The link's below. It's 100% free. It's real strategies that can help you, generate leads, create content, and understand the stuff you need to know about marketing that no one really teaches. If you've liked this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'll be making more videos like this, showing how people in the construction space can generate more leads and get more bang for their buck when it comes to marketing. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.